Hi guys! Voila! I've just finished reading The Housemaid by Freida McFadden, if I spell it right. And here's my honest review about the book. First of all, I want to say about the technique of the plot, right? Because as authors, I'm going to be giving you advice on that, and you can write me in the comments if I get it right or wrong. Now, I find the plot ingenious, honestly, very genius. And me, myself, I'm currently writing a crime novel, and so me, myself, I had the idea of following the technique of Freida McFadden. So what Freida McFadden is doing in her book, her character, the plot is very linear. It doesn't have many subplots, and that helps you be focused on your story. Okay, you don't have subplots, which the subplots create plot holes. Okay, so Why the Housemaid of Freida McFadden is a very easy book to write, and I'm not saying that as a negative a thing. It's just an easy book to write because the character, okay, who is Miley, she has been in prison since she was a teenager. She has been in prison for 10 years, and when she gets out of prison, she has no friends. She has no family. She has no past. Literally, she has no past. She has no stories to tell that they have formed the person who she is for the last 10 years. Voila. So you have a character who you have created all these circumstances, all these conditions that it's very easy to write. Your character doesn't have a past. I mean, the past is that, she did something. Shall I reveal it? I think I should not reveal it. She did something. She got I'm sorry. She got in prison for 10 years, and that is it. So this is very clear. You have no. It's a very linear character. Now, see, the whole story takes place in a rich family's house, in a rich couple's house. Okay. Now, that is very easy because literally all the plot takes place in there. And having just one place where your story mainly takes place, it's a very easy book to write as well. So this is very ingenious. You have a character with no past, no friends, blah, 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 blah. Okay? And then you have taken place in a house. So that makes the book very easy to write. Did I like the book? I loved the first half of the book. I loved it. The writing was very good. I admired it. But then, when Nina starts narrating her story, okay, because it's first Miley saying her story, and now you see the whole story from Nina, and this is a flashback, I didn't like it. First reason is that Nina's thoughts felt exactly the same like Miley's. So that means the author messed it up there because as soon as you write another person and it's the same, is another character telling his story, you should change the way you write the whole text. Freida McFadden didn't do this. So I didn't like that. But, I could leave it aside and go on like, okay, I can keep reading that. But while it's a crime novel, and the first half has been building steadily, have been keeping me agonizing about what's going to happen in the whole story. It's a crime novel, so there's going to be a murder for those of you who haven't read it, right? Then the story feels a little bit childish. I can't come up with a better word. I don't want to be negative. I will never be negative to an author, okay? Because if you're an author watching this, well, we've all been authors. We all know how much hard it is to write a book. Okay, so I'm never going to do that. But it feels like very Disney-like. Suddenly they fall in love with each other. Nina falls in love with the gardener, and we didn't know that about it at all. And everything feels so cheesy for a crime novel. It's not complex. It's very flat. Oh, I fell in love with that guy. This guy is going to help me. The gardener is going to help me. The gardener is willing to sacrifice so much. And so while I'm reading the second half of the book, I have so many questions like, no, that doesn't make any sense. It didn't feel like an adult crime novel. It felt like the whole plot was wishful thinking. Okay, what a child would wish, this is what was happening. So I didn't enjoy the book. I can tell. So what's going on in the story is that the husband gets killed, okay? And it gets killed by Miley, the housemaid, who kills the guy because the guy, he seems very polite, very, very generous. He's very beautiful, he's handsome, he's rich. He has all ticks are green flags, okay? Now, when I was reading the book, I got suspicious of it. Because I'm like, okay, he's gonna do something. Because in every crime story, people are reading you that way. Nina, the wife of the rich husband, she seems so nasty, okay? And you're like, okay, maybe Nina is gonna do something. Or maybe the ex-prisoner is gonna do something. But then I get suspicious of the very good husband. And it's the very good husband who's very sadistic. But that came a little bit, I had predicted it would happen, I knew it would happen, but it came a little bit out of the blue. I would like to have some hints about it. And therefore, and I wasn't satisfied by the fact that nobody got into jail. I just felt the author, the author turned the book into domestic violence, where a husband is abusing the two wives, and I felt that the writer was very sensitive in having either women getting into prison. So nobody gets into prison. Everyone goes like, oh, okay, it was an accident. He locked himself in the attic. He had no water to drink, and that's how he died. Also, the policeman, the detective that covers it all up because he has a reason to do it. That also came very cheesy to me. It felt very rushed at the end. So while I would rate the first half of the book, I would give probably a 9 out of 10. It was very good. I read the whole book in like 2-3 days. The rest half, I don't know, guys. I would give a very low rating. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 5, a 6. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. I kept reading it because I want to know what's going to happen. But as soon as I was going through, it was becoming more cheesy, more childish-like. And yep. So I can tell why people love this book, because it was very easy to read it because of the linear plot. It's very digest, okay? You have a character, the protagonist, who doesn't have a past for the last 10 years. He doesn't have friends and all the stuff. He lives in the same house. She doesn't interact. She's the housemaid. She just interacts with the 3 people living in the house. The young daughter of Nina and her husband Andrew, and that's all. She just goes for shopping. So you have a linear plot. There's no subplots. The only subplot, okay, it's Nina's past, who she's so misunderstood, okay? But yeah, it's an easy book to write, and it's also an easy book to read. However, I think Freida, if you ever see this video, as a reader, I was disappointed by the end. I would like you to have been a little more tough. But I like the book, and would I recommend it? I don't know. Probably I would, yeah. If one asks me, shall I read this book? I wouldn't say no. I would say, yeah, go for it. So yeah, this is my review about The Housemaid of Freida McFadden, and I'm being very honest, and this is my constructive critique of the book. So I hope you all have a nice evening. That was my video. Thank you.